Do you ever feel stuck in your online business? Like you have the best product or service, but no matter what you do, it's just not clicking with your audience. I get it, friend. I've been there too. But here's the good news. By the end of this video, you'll have the 4 simple steps to create a brand message that smacks, that makes your audience say, "She gets me." And these steps will finally help you show up with confidence, build the kind of trust that actually grows your business. So you might be asking yourself, what is exactly brand messaging? So let's start with the basics and break it down. Brand messaging is how your business speaks to the world. It's how you communicate who you are, what you do, and why it matters, so the right people instantly get it. It's the key to connection and trust. So imagine you're at a dinner party, someone asks, "So, what do you do?" You have 2 options. Stumble through a long-winded answer that leaves them blinking and nodding politely, like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or share a short, clear statement that makes them say, "Ooh, tell me more." That's what brand messaging does. It helps you confidently communicate what you do and how you help, so your target audience knows exactly what you're about and feels connected to you. And here's a secret, something that most people don't realize. Brand messaging isn't just about what you say. Listen, it's about how you make your audience feel. I know, right? So picture this. Your dream client lands on your page, reads your message, and instantly thinks, "Yes, this is exactly what I need." That's the power of clear brand messaging, and it's totally possible for you. So, my friend, if that's the kind of clarity you've been craving for, hit like. It lets YouTube know that this content is helpful and it helps more solopreneurs like you find it. Clear messaging is what takes you from feeling invisible to standing out in a crowded market and becoming the go-to person in your space. And in just a second, I'm going to share 4 simple steps to creating messaging that makes your audience feel seen, so you can show up with confidence and start building trust. But first, why does brand messaging even matter? I'll show you. Here's something most people don't realize. Confidence in your business starts with clarity, because when you know exactly who you serve, what you offer, and why it matters, you show up differently with confidence. And let's be honest, confidence is half the battle, isn't it? And trust me, I know this struggle all too well. Let me tell you a quick story. When I transitioned from running a brick and mortar beauty salon to starting an online business, I felt so lost. I'm dating myself here, but tell me in the comments if you know what yellow pages are. That big old fat book. Back then, all I had to do was take out the biggest ad in the yellow pages and voila, the customers just lined up out the door. But this online world, whole different beast. Man, in the beginning, I overthought everything. I kept asking myself, what if I say the wrong thing? What if nobody gets it? And you know what? That self-doubt kept me stuck. But let me tell you, when you and I get clear on messaging, everything changes. You stop second guessing yourself. The confidence comes naturally. The right people start showing up, people who actually get you and connect with your brand. That, my friend, is the power of brand messaging. It's how you communicate your heart and purpose. So your audience leans in, they get it, they trust you, and want to hear more. Just imagine finally breathing easy, knowing you're connecting with the audience you've been called to serve. This can happen for you too, my friend. Please do me a favor, subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. And if you like my vibe and you know a fellow entrepreneur who could use a confidence boost, share this video with them. Let's lift each other up. Now, let's get into the 4-step framework that will make your brand messaging clear, compelling, and confidence building. And wait till we get to step number 3. 2, 3, 3. It's the one that changes everything. I'll explain why in just a sec. Here's my 4-step framework that'll make your messaging connect and convert. Get ready to take notes because this is going to change how you approach everything. Step number 1, clarify your why. Ask yourself, why did you start this business? What problem are you solving? The answer to that is your anchor, the thing that keeps you focused when distractions pop up. For me, it's helping women like you overcome doubt and connect with their audience in a way that feels real and gospel centered. Step number 2, define your core message. What's the one big idea you want your audience to walk away with? What's the one sentence that sums up what you do? For example, mine is I help Christian women solopreneurs simplify their messaging so they can connect with their audience and grow their business. What's the one thing you want people to remember about you? Write it down. Stick it on your desk, somewhere you see it every day. This is the heartbeat of your brand. So let it guide everything you create. Here's step number 3. This is the one that's going to make a huge difference. You're going to speak to your audience's pain points and desires, and you're going to get really specific. Ask yourself, what's stressing them out? What's keeping them up at night? What are they praying for? What do they want more than anything? Listen, when you address their struggles and goals, you're speaking directly into their hearts. They feel like you truly get and understand them, and that builds trust. And trust, that's the foundation of loyal, raving fans. And here's something most people don't realize. Even with a crystal clear message, there are 2 common mistakes that completely derail your efforts. So stick with me because I'm going to share exactly what they are and how to avoid them in just a bit. Now let's talk about step 4. Stay consistent across all platforms, wherever they find you, while scrolling on Instagram, reading your website, or in the inbox. Your voice and message should feel the same every way they experience your content. You hear consistency, consistency, consistency. Yes, consistency is super important. Showing up is super important. But it isn't just about repetition, it's about building trust. And this is a little nugget: familiarity, I don't know if I said that right, creates trust. And trust creates loyal fans who keep coming back. And if at this point you're like, Wanda, but I don't know my message, I don't know how to put what I want to do into words that connect with people, well, I got you. Download my freebie, linked in the description below, and it's going to help you out on that. It's packed with tips and examples to make putting these steps in action even easier for you. Okay, my friends, so we've talked about what to do. Now let's talk about what not to do. Because even with a strong message, these 2 common mistakes can hold you back. Mistake number 1, copying others. Look, I get it. Sometimes it feels like everyone else has it all figured out, and copying them feels easy. Like, if it's working for them, it's going to work for me, right? But when you imitate someone else, you're hiding the uniqueness God gave you. You lose the opportunity to share the story that only you can tell. And that's what your audience is craving for: your voice, your heart, your message. Your audience doesn't need another version of someone else. They need you. You are what makes your brand stand out. Mistake number 2 is inconsistent messaging. If your Instagram is playful and bubbly, but your website is stiff and corporate, that's confusing. It's going to confuse people. Your audience should recognize your brand's personality everywhere, whether they find you on social media, your website, or in their inbox. One would say, pick a tone that feels like you, or just be you, like you're chatting with a friend over creamy hot chocolate. I don't like coffee, so I'm never going to say like chatting over coffee. Be you and stick with you everywhere, because when your message feels the same no matter where they find you, they'll start to trust you. And trust is what makes people stick around. I know you're thinking, Wanda, I don't want to get this wrong. I've got you. The free brand messaging guide in the description will help you avoid these mistakes while putting your message into action in 5 simple steps. Now, if you made it this far, congratulations. That tells me you're serious about getting this right and you're in for a treat. Now it's time to take this from just ideas into real action. Why am I clapping? Your action plan is next, and I'll walk you through 3 simple steps to start applying them this week. But first, drop a comment and tell me, what's been your biggest struggle when it comes to brand messaging. Writing it out will give you more clarity, and I'd love to personally cheer you on too. Plus, if you're struggling with it, chances are others have been struggling with it too. Your comment might help someone else feel less alone. Here's your action plan. Now you have the framework for crafting a brand message that connects and converts, but it only works if you put it into action. Here's what I want you to do this week. Number 1, write down your why. Number 2, craft one clear, simple sentence that sums up what you do and who you serve. Next, update your about page and social media bios with your brand message. Lastly, brainstorm 2 to 3 pain points your audience struggles with, then plan how to address them in your next piece of content. Listen, you don't have to do it all at once. Start small and keep it simple. And most importantly, trust God to guide your brand messaging. God should permeate everything you do, including your messaging. He gave you the heart for it. Let Him guide you. He's already equipped you with everything you need to communicate your brand values in a way that serves others and glorifies Him. And now, my friends, it's time to take this from just ideas to real action. That's where the magic happens. And to make it easier, I put together a free brand messaging guide with step-by-step prompts to help you craft a message that actually converts. Grab it now. You'll find the link in the description. And if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know what stood out for you the most. You've got this, my friend. Keep it simple and give yourself some grace.